the showers.
And then I had to go against Danny Torres, who destroyed me.
Danny Torres, the unanimous choice to move through.
I'm not surprised at all how Danny did. You know, it's been a long time coming for the guy. He's been really a good rider ever since I first saw him, but he's grown up a lot, he's matured a lot, and he's got all these new big tricks that you need. He's got a good total package out there. He knows how to work the crowd. Big tricks, great extension, unique tricks. I would say that's probably not the last win we've seen out of Danny Torres. Wow, FMX is progressing faster than a lot of us really want it to, but that's what the fans expect, and guys are always raising the bar, and there's always young little whippersnapper dudes out there coming out of nowhere that, you know, they want a piece of the glory and a piece of the fame, and it's the nature of the beast. That's how it works. That's what fuels the fire of any sport, you know, bigger, faster, stronger. There's no end in sight, you know, there's obviously more danger, and that's gonna step some guys back, and that's gonna step some guys forward, you know.
The sport has progressed in the past years, and when I landed no hands 10 years ago, people thought I was crazy. Now, all the guys land no hands.
Well, let's just start with the development of the sport as far as flipping. Every single person at the X-Fighters last year flipped.
It's helping the direction of the sport because they do make it entertainment, but keep the competition level high.
The Red Bull X-Fighters has really taken the sport, and it's kept the showmanship alive. It's kept the sport from getting too focused on perfection and allowed guys to go out there and really have fun. And it brings us back to our roots where we go, man, I just love freestyle.
They're doing crazier tricks than anybody ever do, so I think that's what's pulling the sport along to where it is today.
It's really cool now in the sport because, you know, you got Matt Rabeau, and you know, you have so many guys that aren't necessarily new, but they're just Andre Villa. They're stepping it up and they're coming with new tricks.
It's crazy now. People are doing backflip lazy boys and double backflips, and to be honest, in a way, I'm 40 now, and now I'm getting out of the sport. I'm okay with that.
The sport of freestyle motocross has grown exponentially. You know, everyone says that's as far as it can go, that's as big as it can go, and you know, I just have to laugh at them and go, come on, guys. You're just not thinking outside the box enough, and you know, it's going to continue to get bigger, and you know, when it stops, our sport stops. So there's enough guys out there now that I'm going to let it stop. It's going to keep getting better.
Yeah, FMX keeps getting bigger and bigger, but there's some imbalance in our sport. I get pretty vocal about it sometimes.
I feel like the risk to reward ratio in freestyle is pretty off balance right now. Yeah, you can make a decent living doing this. Motocross is not for everybody. It's expensive, it's dangerous, it's fun to watch, I think, for most people, but there are literally 20 guys that are considered top-level guys in this whole world of billions of people. So do the math on that, you know, compared to football or soccer or basketball, and you understand why we don't make as much money, but it sucks because we're putting our lives on the line way more than some of those guys. And to me, that makes the risk to reward ratio way off balance.
I'm not complaining or anything. Well, maybe I am. But really, I'm just stating the reality. And while our sport's still fun, your life's a pretty serious business.
I break my life. When the frustration builds up too much, I think of such things as suicidal dreams. So
It's really funny. My dream from the time I was 4 years old was to be, a pro racer, or, freestyle really wasn't around, and just to make a living doing what I love to do. And, for me, when all my friends, reality started setting in year after year and they'd start getting out, my reality is just kind of become a dream, It's exactly what I've always hoped for and what I always, strive for.
While I'm skyscraping, yeah, I'm starting to feel you now. But what was that you were saying?
No, my house is the favorite place that I go, pretty much. I mean, it's why I do what I do, so I can, go home and basically jump on all the toys. I mean, we take shifter carts off ramps, and we got pit bike tracks and freestyle park and rally kart tracks, and we got, about every other week we have a demolition derby with just a whole bunch of $200 cars we all go out and buy, and it's just a lot of fun, and I think that's kind of who I am and the personality, and that's why I love freestyle so much. Definitely, you could say I'm a split personality. I'm just a very competitive individual. I mean, off the bike, I'm real mellow, but when I'm at the track, everyone always just sees me really hyper because I'm just really pumped to be there. For the most part, I'm just, dancing, jittering to get on that bike and, or in the car or whatever it may be. So I'm a little spastic at the races, but, when I'm home, pretty mellow.
Mexico City was a dream for me. I thought I really went there and stuck a good run. It wasn't the run that I really wanted to pull. I think that I could have done a little bit better, but given the competition, I was definitely pumped. I did a great job. I beat Matt Rebo, who's won X-Fighters before, so definitely just stepped it up another notch. It's my best achievement in a Red Bull X-Fighters yet, so I'm so happy with it, and I'm looking forward to Ireland. I think in Ireland I can go one better again, and that's my goal, just keep going one better. I've only got 2 more spots to go now, so getting closer. My goal is X-Fighters, and that's what I want to do well at X-Fighters and on the whole world FMX scene. Can't wait to go to Ireland and see how I can do against Pastrana and the rest of the guys. I think a lot of people now know that I'm serious, and see how we go.
So we get to Ireland. What a beautiful country. It's great to be competing in an atmosphere like this, but it's gonna be tough to crack the top 3. Torres, Maddo, Rebo, they're all here. And also, Travis Pastrana, the Wonder Boy himself.
Yeah, missed Mexico City. That's pretty much the coolest event that I've ever been to. So I was bummed on that, but coming back here to Ireland and then doing the remaining 2, really excited about this course here. It's just unbelievable.
I saw the castle and man, it was just breathtaking. It's like a fairy tale book come to reality.
It's a real nice location and it's a sick track, and with the castle in the background, it's going to be a sick event.
The course, it flows so well. You're going to be getting in so many jumps that it's going to test not just your best tricks, but how broad your arsenal is.
Yeah, the course out there is like a skate park on steroids.
But I'm looking forward to get the 35,000 mad Irishmen cheering for me.
Once they watch, they're gonna be crazy.
A course like this will really separate the men from the boys, and the competition's definitely going to be tough here. Danny Torres is coming off a big win in Mex. Maddo is in top form, and when Pastrana's here, it's definitely on.
Yeah, Travis is back, and what do you want to tell you? That's bad.
I got 2 words to describe him. That's crazy and crazy. So that's the Travis factor, and for sure he's in here to win.
I'm going to try to just race around as fast as I can, flat track the corners, feet off the pegs, kind of out of control, and try not to go down. And I think that's going to be my, that's usually my mentality anyway.
But Travis is going to have his hands full with the Spaniard, I can tell you that.
Danny is a really young and motivated rider who wants to win so badly, and he rides really smooth and clean and totally in control of what he's doing. And so definitely Danny will be a threat for the win too, because he knows how to handle a bike and he knows how to do the big tricks.
The style from Danny, it's very, very sweet, very clean, and that's for sure. It's a very good rider.
The kid's good. He's, he definitely came into his own this past winter, and I'd expect him to, if not win this event, definitely be up front, and he's going to be very tough to beat the championship.
I'm interested to see what Torres does. He has huge tricks, but I've never seen him ride a big course like this. It's much different than the tight bullfight arenas that he's used to. But Danny won't be the only one in contention.
2 guys in the world that have ever beaten me. One's Matt Rabot, who's here, and the other's Nate Adams. But Matt, down in Mexico X-Fighters, he got motivated. He just started throwing bigger and bigger stuff until he's throwing stuff that no way he should have landed, but everything worked out.
I'm very focused for this event, and now I will see what happens.
It's the day before the main event, and we all get to test the course. Oh yeah, baby, they have built a sweet one here. One thing Red Bull's known for is creating cool events, and this one, no exception.
I'm jumping, I look one way, I see a castle, I look the other way, I see grandstands, I look down into this huge valley that I'm just feel like I'm flying forever, and just thousands of stands and people and cameras, and you're like, wow, this is cool.
The course layout was amazing. 10 ramps, an insane quarter pipe, and a jump at the top where you can catch air right next to Slane Castle.
We got many different ramps, different sized gaps, and a lot of jumps to clear. So in my opinion, that's the best FMX track that Europe has seen so far.
I never tried this kind of sport. Usually I jump just a single ramp, and there is something like 10 ramps, so it's gonna be fun.
We must go very fast, because 90 seconds when you have 10 different jumps.
It's all about flowing and using all the jumps and then throwing big tricks in at the same time.
You must be perfect for all the jump, and it's not the same speed when you have a 75 feet jump or 85 feet jump.
I'm used to these types of courses. The dude tours are usually all like this, but it's pretty sick to be jumping out of the castle.
The quarter pipe's awesome. I'm kind of glad that I didn't know I was going to be here. I've been working on a quarter pipe into the foam pit, doing some flares and stuff, and I'm not really consistent with them, so I'm really hoping I don't do anything stupid, but I usually seem to do that when the crowd gets cheering.
It's the biggest quarter pipe. I think every rider never ride before that, and it's pretty cool.
Like a dream.
But as things were running smooth, one of our boys went down. It was old Maddo, Robbie Madison.
We're not sure exactly what he broke. I think his lower leg, and kind of waiting to get surgery, so he's tied up in the hospital. It sucks when one of our buddies get hurt, and kind of brings a reality back to the contest. Like, oh yeah, you can get hurt doing this. He probably wanted this more than anybody to try to win this thing. I mean, he kind of had the total package. If there's anybody, in my opinion, that was going to give Pastrana and Danny and Matt a good run, it was probably Maddo.
Overcooked the rotation of the re-entry into the quarter pipe, and I landed a little sideways. Had the thing pinned, ready to kind of just pull out of the landing, and when I landed, the bike was pinned, but I just got the soft dirt and it just stopped. And as I went towards the ground, sure enough, put my foot down, and all that force went straight into my leg and just snapped it clean right above the ankle. Broken leg right there. As soon as I hit the ground, first thing that came to my mind was like, my whole year is gone, like X-Fighters, X Games, Dude Tour, and just shattered me. I just never felt that pain before.
This is a scary reality of FMX, and in an instant, your life can change. With yesterday's drama behind us, it's time to get ready for battle. The setting is epic, and the fans are ready for a huge show. One thing I'm a little nervous about is the sketchy Irish weather. It's moving in and may become a factor. I drew Busty Walter from Germany, a good friend of mine, and a really good, well-rounded rider. He goes into the double-double with a backflip and then a Shaolin no-handed lander. Very interesting. He has nice use of course, too. hitting a lot of different jumps and hits. Very smooth. So is this turn down whip, getting almost 180 degrees. And then he ends his run with a Superman seat grab right up against Slane Castle. Very nice. Now it's my turn. I know in my mind what I need to do. Again, no flips for me, just smooth and stylish. I love doing rock solids. Feeling of letting go of your bike in midair is so fun. But of course, the whip's my favorite. Here's one on the castle jump. And then off the quarter pipe. I guess I'm pretty upside down, huh? Red Bull is using this crazy camera that shoots 1,000 frames per second, so you can see shots like this. So I end up moving on to round 2. And guess who's waiting for me? Yeah, Travis Pastrana, who qualified first and got to sit out round 1. Next up is Charlie Paget from France and Alvaro D'Alfaro from Italy. Alvaro is a flashy character who knows how to have a lot of fun, live to party. He's only been competing in FMX since 2002, having come from professional snowboarding. I'm amazed with how quickly the Italian stallion has come along. The Frenchman is up next. He's only been riding freestyle for 2 years. Oh man, the progression of FMX. He's the first pro rider to do a backflip bar spin. But he has a smooth style, and this run really impressed me. Especially with his backflip heel clicker to Superman backflip Indian air. His run was sick, and he knocks off the Italian. This next matchup is a tight one. Ego is riding really well, while this motocross style course really suits Jeremy Lux just fine. And he starts with a no-handed backflip off the castle ramp. He's a natural terrain rider with great bike skill. Lusk has rad backflip combos, and he makes it all look easy. Ego's really got his work cut out for him. So he'll start with a huge tsunami right off the big ramp. In 2003, Ego became the first Japanese rider to pull a flip. He gives us an underflip, and then runs the quarter pipe with mad style. Finally, Sato throws a wicked lazy boy backflip, making this one a tough call for the judges. Another Frenchman in the mix is Romanizo. Sporting the number 666, he was going backflip crazy, rocking it for the devil. He almost wrecks himself on this Cordova backflip, just barely hanging on. The crowd loves how he stayed on the bike, kind of like a rodeo cowboy. Yeah! Matt Ribot surveys the landscape. He knows what he needs to score. Matt won in 2006, and he needs to win in Ireland if he wants a shot at the overall title this year. But he's coming off an injury and is working his way back into form. He knocks off Izzo and gets ready for round 2. Having qualified second, Torres has been watching the comp from a distance. Now he's up against Charlie Paget. The Frenchman knows he's going to have to pull the run of his life. He adjusts his handlebar levers for this one. A knack-knack backflip. You can tell that he isn't used to riding a course this big. It can be intimidating, and mistakes like this can happen. But Charlie redeems himself with these dual backflips. Now we get to see the Spaniard ride. Immediately he shows no fear off the massive castle ramp. Ridiculous. Torres has a motocross background, so he's always on the gas and pushing it. You can see he's